It's election time again. As you know, this happens every 4 years, and this year's race is proving to be a close one. It's almost tied at this point, according to polls and whatnot. I actually have not checked since the debate, so I'm not sure where it's at right now, but Obama was in a slight lead like 2 weeks ago. This election is going to come down to key battleground states, such as Pennsylvania is one of them, Nevada, I think Utah is one. Mitt Romney is a Republican candidate running for president this year. His running mate is Paul Ryan as his vice president. He's a member of the Mormon Church, and he's a former governor of Massachusetts. He also headed the Olympic Committee, and turned it around for being in debt at one point. There wasn't going to be an Olympics that year. They turned around and there wound up being one. Romney is might be having some trouble at the moment. One thing that's going on with him is, like I said, he's a Mormon, and he uses this a lot in his campaign, to show how quote unquote righteous he is and whatnot. And Harry Reid, also a Mormon and the Senate Majority Leader, Democrat, spoke out and reminded Romney that he is not the face of Mormonism, as he kind of he makes himself out somewhat to be the face of Mormonism and uses it in his campaign. And Reid reminded America that he's not the face of Mormonism. But CNN says that the anti-Obama campaign for him could still work, running as better than what's been happening the past few years. So there's another side to it. And along with the religious aspect, Obama has a significant lead among Catholic voters, which is fairly huge because Catholics are notoriously conservative, and a lot of Catholic voters are supporting Obama. MercuryNews.com reported that Ann Romney is taking the campaign trail to fight accusations that Romney is above it all, so to kind of show the world that he's not. I guess that's what she's going to try to do. I interviewed a few people just to kind of get a public opinion of how they were feeling. I asked them 3 questions. First one, how do you feel about the way Romney is running his campaign? Second question, how do they react to Romney's comment, if Whoopi is following me, then I must be doing something wrong? The third question being, how do you feel Romney stands in the running for November? Ms. Miller said, in order of the questions, that his fundraising does pretty well. He does pretty well with the fundraising, getting the funds and funding his campaign, but his speaking could be more specific. He's too worried about making people angry with what he says and not just putting down his philosophies like he should. Her reaction to the comment, this is probably going to antagonize a lot of people. That's what she said. Quote. And how she feels in the running. She thinks it's very close because of anger with the current situation, but there's also a fear to trust Romney because he's new. He hasn't really done it. Not new. All he's done is run a company into the ground and be the governor of Massachusetts. That's all people have to go off of. I also asked Laura what she thought, and about the campaign, she said she doesn't know much about it, and he has a lot of bad press about him. About the comment, she feels like it wasn't a wise choice of words, and talking about a big person like that, a big, somewhat icon like that isn't a good choice. And when asked how Romney feels in the standings for November, she said that she is going to win. I also asked Francesca how she felt. She said she doesn't like his campaign because he says unnecessary things. His comment about Whoopi is very judgmental and a little bit racist. and his running and how she feels about his running in November, he's not going to win. Quote, Team Barack Obama. Obama is sending his campaign more to Hispanic people, end quote. And the last person I interviewed was Sean, and about his campaign, he said he feels like he's not being as dirty as Obama is, and he needs to have a little bit more smear campaigns and whatnot, like his opponent. And about the comment, he obviously shouldn't have said it. He might not like Whoopi, but he could have lost support by saying this. And how he feels about the running for November, he is losing. It would take a miracle for him to win. So I'm going to end my presentation with a question. How do you feel about this election this year? How do you feel the race is going? Who would you vote for? Where do your morals stand? Good night.